Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop, and don't go anywhere because today we're going to be talking about how to remove rust off of your favorite tools or parts safely at home without using a blasting cabinet, sandpaper, using normal household items that are safe.
Just start.
Quick finishing pass, not too bad, and I'll probably do that.
Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. He's safe and have fun on the range.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop. I had a buddy ask me the other day, what's the easiest, fastest way that I use to remove rust off of steel parts or anything that I would try to refinish? And I'd like to share that trick with you today. So like I said, I've used this trick for years, and here's the jar that I've used, and you can see some of the remnants of the rusted parts that are still floating around in this solution. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to go into the grocery store and get yourself some citric acid. Basically just looks like table salt or sugar, just a white powder. And generally speaking, you can heat up some water on the stove, about a gallon worth of water, 1 cup of this, and there you go. That's going to be your solution. I believe in this jar I went kind of heavy. I probably went 1 cup to 1 liter worth of fluid. And the donor tool that we're going to use today is going to be a old rusty vice grips. And I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it is just absolutely disgusting. And there we go. We're going to get the spring out of there, put it in the solution, and I'll show you how it works. If the spring looks like it's in fairly good condition, I'll reuse it, and if it doesn't, I can find another one. Easy enough. So take this out of here, try not to poke myself in the hand. And we'll get this in the solution. And maybe if I have enough time, which I most likely don't, I'll try to replate this. There's a spring, a little bit of surface rust. Still has a lot of power to it. We'll probably try reusing this, but like I said, if we don't, we can either make another one or grab another one. To give you a closer look of what we're dealing with here, you can see how bad this is before. And this is just the vice grips that I actually found in my backyard a couple weeks ago. So that's how bad the rust is. Also, one of the nice parts of just using citric acid is it's not really going to hurt anyone immediately. So if someone gets into it, it's not going to hurt you. You can ingest it. It doesn't hurt you. All right, so these have been sitting here for 24 hours. Well, a little less than 24 hours. Let's call it, let's say about 19 hours. And I do think that you do need to clean out the solution because this is acting a lot slower than it usually has in the past. So obviously this solution is done. Let's see if we can get a little close up here. Look at that. Look at the difference. Everything moves nice and easy. You can actually see where the line was. I can just drop these in backwards, get the rust off of this screw, let it sit for another so many hours, and all this stuff will come right off. Here, let's see if we get a rag. It's taking the chrome finish off, but we do have the rust off of it, and a lot of the rust looks like it was just on top. It looks like we can save a lot of this finish. Some of it anyways. This side, maybe not so much. Look at the teeth. Wire brush all these teeth out. Get these back into fighting shape. So we'll turn them around, leave them for another so many hours, and see if we can clean this stuff up. So after it getting a second acid bath treatment, this is what we got. And the only thing that really ended up taking the brunt of the acid bath was the little roll pin that goes on the latch right here. That actually got deteriorated to the point where it needed to be replaced. So just threw another one in, peened it over, and then it works just like it used to. Put the spring back in. Spring seems like it's okay. And at this point, you know, you can see a lot of the chrome has been eroded away from the rust and the the acid bath treatment. So now at this point, you could either Cerakote it, you could spray paint it, you can just keep it in oil, you could replate it if you really wanted to go that far. But just for a pair of $14 needle nose channel locks, I'll probably just dip these ones in oil, throw them back in the toolbox, and that'll pretty much be it. So this is just a little tip or a trick that I picked up along the way of doing stuff like this, and I hope it helps you guys out there get rust off of your parts, kits, or tools, or whatever you seem to be using that needs a little rust removal. You don't have time to either go out and get a blasting cabinet or, you know, sit there with sandpaper and do it. You can just sit it in a bath with that stuff and get all the rust off. Anyhow, remember that loose is fast, brakes only slow you down, and old rusty tools can be brought to life to a certain degree. Be safe, have fun, and we'll see you next time.